So, I'd like to introduce a concept about spiritual wellness. So, in the wellness world, we always think about health and eating the right things and being really strict about our diets and lifestyle and maybe doing gua sha, maybe going sound healing or doing whatever trend is popular. But real wellness is also about our spiritual health. And it's something that most people don't focus on. They're worried about how they look, about if they're gaining weight, about how beautiful or collagen or Botox, whatever it is. And I kind of want to challenge that belief that truly what's important is the way that we behave and the thoughts that we think. That is way more important. How we are spiritually, how we're finding meaning and purpose in our lives is way more important than the other things that we're doing. So, an example is when I was a student, I had a teacher and I was telling him how I was nervous. I had friends coming in from out of town and I was nervous to see them because they had a certain lifestyle that I thought was unhealthy. And I was like, every time I'm with them, I worry about their health and it really triggers me. And like, do I say something to them? And my teacher said, you're being really judgmental and that's actually bad for your health. And that totally changed my life and reframed things for me because he's right. Like me being judgmental is bad for my health and it's not good for them either. Coming from a place of more openness and compassion is a much healthier viewpoint to have. And not only that, he then asked me, well, are these people happy? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, do they have like great relationships in their lives? I'm like, yeah. So he's like, so then they are healthy. And so just to completely reframe, like, what does health mean? There's like this great story about Warren Buffett that he eats McDonald's every single day, but he also like always goes on a walk with his wife every day. And he plays poker with Bill Gates. And he's living a really simple, joyful life. And so the fact that he's eating McDonald's every day, he's lived a long life, like he's fine. So we just have to kind of reframe what it means to be healthy and focus a little bit more on spirituality. So even things like gossiping, being jealous of our friends, these seem like kind of obvious things, oh, we shouldn't do, but it's actually unhealthy. Like it is unhealthy for you to gossip. That's very low vibration and it actually brings you down and is very poor for your mental well-being. So don't gossip. Don't be like hypercritical of everybody. Just lighten up a little bit, be more accepting, be more open, listen to different viewpoints, and that's going to keep your spiritual gates more open and receptive to more positivity and things in your life. So the best thing you can start if you want to start today on having a little bit more of a spiritual wellness attitude is gratitude. So gratitude is literally a superpower, and just being grateful for everything that you have and being grateful for every interaction you have, it really helps you live a life with more flow and puts things into perspective to keep you grounded and sane and attuned to yourself. So I want to challenge you to start focusing on the things that you're doing that actually don't align with you spiritually. And by shifting some of these things and some of these attitudes and beliefs that we have, you'll actually feel a lot healthier and just a more like spacious, expansive, and spiritual person. And to just go back to the basics, what does it mean to be a spiritual person? Spirituality is meaning making. So a spiritual person is someone who makes meaning out of their lives and believes that we are here on this earth for a reason. So for me, for example, I believe I'm here to reduce pain and suffering in the world, and I do that through acupuncture. That's part of my specific purpose. But a spiritual person, it defies all religion, ideology. It's about we're here for a reason. We're here on this earth to live out our purpose and make the world a better place. So spirituality is integral to our health because it is purpose driven. It is beyond our mind, beyond what's happening in our brain, beyond our thoughts, and it's beyond our physical realm. It is like our soul. It is who we are at the essence. And so we cannot have one without the other. So a holistic and whole person is one that pays attention on a deeper soul level. On your physical plane, you take care of your body, and mentally, you take care of your mental health. So we need to have all of those things. And I would say spirituality is really the most important because without like a healthy spirit, it's much harder to go through life. Like especially people say there's studies that show with chronic illness that people who pray or have some sort of spiritual belief system always have better outcomes than people who don't. So that's also partly science. And listen, at the end of the day, none of us know, is there a God? We don't have a lot of big questions, but wouldn't you rather live your life believing that you are here for a purpose? Wouldn't you rather live your life believing that what you do and what you say and what you think actually matters? I think that's just a nicer way to live. So of course there's a lot of unknown questions, but having a certain sense of like your soul and a deeper sense of self is really integral, I think, to being a whole person. And so I'd love to hear from you. Have you heard of the concept of spiritual wellness? Is there anything you feel like you can be doing a little slightly better, a little more elevated on a soul level? And how does that affect your health? So I'd love to hear.